Good morning, cultists. Welcome to Dessert Time with CthuLoops. Well, folks, we just finished our Merchant of Socotra campaign, and I gotta say, it was a rousing success. Well, in terms of what we accomplished, in any case. And I also had a lot of fun with it, so I guess it's also a success in that regard. In any case, as I said, we basically accomplished everything that we wanted, except for conquering the entire Indian coast. Which, given enough time, I'm sure we could have accomplished as well, but I don't think that's very exciting to watch, so, you know, I'll just give you the cliff notes for the future. We basically take over the entire Indian coast. I don't know. It would have been cool if we could have attacked Sri Lanka and established a little base of operations there, or our Indian headquarters, I suppose, since we are a mercantile realm, or maybe in the Maldives. That would have been pretty awesome too, but that's fine. So apparently we can only use that CB on places that are up to 2 sea tiles away. I'm not sure if that means that it would mean someplace like Macron, or if it means, well, I guess we can tell. Wait, do we actually have any? We have, oh. Huh. We don't have a CB against these guys, so I guess it's not like that. It has to be like 1 sea tile and 1 sea tile and like that then? Not entirely sure. I mean, I suppose we could have tested it out, but it's fine. Don't need an entirely new episode just to test out CBs and whatnot. In any case, this is the post-mortem, so I guess we should kind of delve into the meta of things, if that makes any sense. So I think we kind of owe our initial success to the fact that the holy wars for these 2 duchies went by so smoothly. Yeah, if it hadn't been for that, then we could have actually gotten our butts handed to us by Abyssinia, I believe, which existed back then, but no longer. Nope, because we can still create the titular title, but yeah. Oh, I guess we could have done that to increase our prestige too. Oh, Loops, you fool. You foolish, foolish man. Oh well. Lesson learned. It's funny, sometimes I can remember these complex strategies, but these very basic things, I often forget, so, yeah. What complex strategies? You don't know any complex strategies. It's true, I don't. In any case, I guess we'll go through our Dynasty Lineage, though we didn't make a lot of, well, we didn't get very far from our initial ruler. So we started the campaign as, let's see here, Grand Mayor McConan the Cruel, who not only won several holy wars, but also established a merchant republic all in his lifetime. Died at the tender age of 86. Definitely one of my longest living rulers for sure. He sired Semer. He sired the children. These are only the children that we know of. Semer, Huten, John of the Forest, China, Kess, Dimitri, Karen, Zeister, and last but not least, Shai Hawk, who was unfortunately the only genius of a child of McConan. Right, the fact that he didn't start out a genius was one of the reasons, I think. Okay, so wait. Semer was actually a legit child, as was Pluten. Wait, were these concubines? No, it would say that they're the child of a concubine otherwise. Yeah, so John was the child of a concubine, as was China. Dimitri, Karen, Zeister, and Shai Hawk. Wait, so were none of the concubines... Oh, that's not a concubine. Oh no, those are their wives. What am I talking about? There we go. Alright, so she was a genius. Adina was not a genius. Adina again. Desta was not a genius. I guess we only had one genius lover? And that was Bekel. I think she was lowborn, wasn't she? No, she does have her own house, but I think that's because we had bastard children with her. Yeah. In any case, MacLeod did accomplish a fair bit in his lifetime, despite not being a genius. Definitely one of my more accomplished characters for sure, especially considering that he's not a genius. And also the ruler that we started things out with. Though I suppose it was fortuitous that we started out with someone who's a brilliant strategist and all that such. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it was a bit of a fudging of the system by restarting the campaign over and over again until we got this guy, but still. So the second ruler was Shy Hawk, who unfortunately died on his way to China. Never completed his kowtow. I feel like we should get at least a bit of a grace from that, you know? Like, oh, China, my dad was going to go suck your dick. I mean, suck up to you, and he died along the way. Oh man, can we get a refund for his life, maybe? No. Wait. Oh, right, because Mediocre sent his own eunuch. The paid tribute thing doesn't actually reset until we get a new ruler, not ruler of China. Right. And I guess we could have also tried this, but maybe in the future. We'll see. Because I would like to see how they interact with realms that have island capitals. Because if they start out with boats, then that would certainly solve the problem. But of course, then we'd have a stack of 200,000-ish troops. I don't actually know how many troops they would send in, what with us not being a feudal society and not having that many troops. I guess this could have been a learning experience, but it's fine. And also the fact that they're in the Golden Age would definitely make things problematic. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that we didn't actually invade China, because we could have gotten our teeth kicked in. But oh well. I suppose that could have been one way to go. In any case, our last ruler, or our previous ruler, Shy Hawk, our first genius, I think, and went on to sire many more genius children. All of these guys, actually. Wait, did he start out with someone who is much older? Was his wife infertile when we married her? I think? Wait, so Shy Hawk had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 genius kids, wow. But I guess if you're rotating through several genius bangmaids, then it's not that big of a surprise. How did Matrix turn out? Not bad. But yeah, I think without a proper educator, he didn't fulfill his potential. But that's fine. Alright, so what else did Shy Hawk do? So Shy Hawk established the Empire, and he also won, I don't know how many wars. He won a fuck ton of wars, I know that much, but where is this? Chronicle. This might take a fair bit of time to get through, so I don't know if this is the best way to do this. No. If only this was a little bit easier to filter out. Because we basically see every single fight, right? The army of Grand Mayor MacLeod of Socotra, commanded by Lord Mayor Esna of Macoria, was victorious in the battle against, etc., etc. Right. And this man, unfortunately, unceremoniously died of scurvy. Wow. What a waste. But oh well. But yeah, I believe he won several wars. Enough for me to not want to take the ambition to forge a bloodline. So that we wouldn't mess up our hard work of making the cities, which of course then became a moot point because we decided to not take the ambition. But I'm glad that we didn't, because now we have this bloodline. The blood of Grand Prince Mediocre, who is remembered by many as a patron of the crafts for sponsoring the construction of several cities throughout Socotra. The special access to city buildings from that bloodline is pretty cool. Except, I think a few of these bonuses don't actually have any effect, which really sucks. I don't know if that actually increases the trade value. I can't tell if that calculation is just from the trade post or something else. But yeah, the trade post limit definitely doesn't go up, and nor does the disease resistance. So keep that in mind if this is also a bloodline that you want to take on. I don't know if there's been an update to fix that. I don't think so, because the last time I checked, I seem to recall people were talking about how it was still bugged. So yeah, I mean, at this point in its development, I figure no bugs will ever get fixed in the remainder of CK2's lifespan. Yeah, because, you know, I mean, they're giving the game away for free, so why would they ever want to fix their own work, right? I mean, why take pride in your work? No. No, of course not. I mean, you gotta fucking make the money, right? I know, I'm just complaining about stuff. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'll get over it. In any case, Shy Hawk with his shitty haircut kind of just died unceremoniously on his way to China, but he was still a pretty good character. All of his stats above 10 at the very least. Pretty cool, and lots of genius children. So, Miwino surprisingly came out of the closet, I think, what? A few years before Shy Hawk bit the bucket? Yeah. But it was ultimately the fact that Simus was slightly better in most of his stats that got him kicked off the designated heir spot. It also sucks that we can't seduce women as a gay man. Like, I get the reasoning behind it, but also you can always, you know, play act it if you're choosing to stay in the closet, which I guess most rulers would do in the medieval world. But maybe something we can do differently in CK3, because we can customize the every religion in many regards and all that such, right? Which is one of the features I'm actually looking forward to. But in any case, wait, did I go through the children? Right, so Pluten was our non-auto-generated firstborn, and I guess we ended up having a fair bit of children throughout our dynasty, which is actually fairly rare, because usually I leave my family members unmarried and all that such, because what the hell's the point? I mean, you might as well just go down the, one branch of the family, and then just have the cadet branch, I don't know, doing other stuff? Assuming that you do, get your cadet branches married off and all that jazz. Yeah. Well, I mean, it worked out. Wait, did I send her off to China? I don't think so. Or maybe. It's possible. I don't think I sent this guy to China, though, did I? I kind of wish it would say. Alright, well, in any case. Yeah, I actually really like that in the Merchant Republics, at the very least. The family members choose to get married of their own volition. That way I don't need to worry about people that aren't significant. The ones that are significant, obviously, you should try to get married off as soon as possible, etc., to the candidate of your choice. And I think I just automatically opened the find character window because I was talking about marriage. Wow, I can't believe that some things in this game have become automatic for me. In any case, let's see. So yeah, the fact that they got married of their own volition was very helpful, and I kind of wish that... I kind of wish actually that was an option that we could turn on with the feudal governments as well. But so far I've only seen this really happen with, with the Merchant Republics. Of course, there's that event that pops up when you're feudal and you're in seclusion because of the, you know, various diseases outside of your walls. In that case, I believe there's actually an event for your child to sneak out of your castle and then find his lover and get married and shit. So that's kind of the only instance in which I can remember there being, automatic marriages and all that shit. But yeah, I don't know if there's really much to say about these various characters. I know John lived to be fairly old as well. And I know for a little while he was the apple of my eye until other characters came into being. Like Zeister, I think? Or wait, did we not intend for Zeister to be a ruler? Because he does have the intrigue education as opposed to the stewardship one, which... Oh, right. I think the fact that John kind of fudged his education was also a factor in that. But yeah, Shyhawk, Midas Touched, etc., etc. Yuno was pretty good. Govinda didn't last very long at all. He died at the tender age of 1. And Simus was then the apple of my eye until Mediocre came into a being and just basically kicked his ass. Yeah, Fortune Builder is nice, but Midas Touch is certainly better. And also the fact that he's not uncouth definitely helps. If you're wondering why I hate this trait so much, it's because it's so hard to get rid of. I know that if you take the seduction focus, eventually you might get an event that says, oh, maybe you shouldn't be such a greasy, dirty bastard. Maybe that way the members of the opposite sex or same sex will find you more attractive if you're not a dirty, unwashed, greasy bastard. And I know there's another lifestyle focus that also gets rid of it. I forget if it's family or carousing. It's something along those lines, I think. I don't remember though. But yeah, it's such a difficult trait to get rid of. And it's one of those things that always pops up in childhood events. That for whatever reason, the RNG always seems to favor that outcome. Which I absolutely hate. I mean, if you're gonna add RNG to those things, then why even bother giving us a choice, right? Or why even bother giving us a choice if the children are automatically gonna take a certain choice over another? Like the one where it determines whether or not the child becomes fussy. They always become fussy. So why give me a choice? It's like saying, oh, do you want to get shot in the head? Or do you want to have someone else shoot you in the head? I don't know if that's really the same thing, but, you know, just... It's the first thing that came to my, that popped in my head. Maybe I need to get shot in the head, turns out. In any case, Simus actually had a few children. And one genius, Transylvanian. But I think that was when Shyhawk was still alive, right? Yeah, because I remember I was super excited about already having a genius right off the bat. And then Mediocre came along. So Simus, if you have any complaints, lodge your complaints to Mediocre's butt cheeks. Maybe he'll read them. Maybe not. Pacifax, I know didn't develop as well as we'd liked. And Richie was actually fairly good for a little while. Until... What happened with Richie? I think we just determined that Mediocre was the best choice out of all of them, right? And I know Sovix was also fairly good. But I think we found his martial score and his diplomacy to be fairly lacking. Because we kind of need high diplomacy because of our lower vast limit cap. Which I think is a thing for merchant republics. I seem to recall our vast limit being much higher in feudal realms, but I could just be misremembering because it's been a little while since I've actually played as a feudal realm. Yeah, before this campaign, I guess it was a little while before we played any CK2. Yeah, because during my break, I didn't really play much of it, I don't think. I don't remember. Oh, we can actually search for a new smith. Actually really cool that we got the option to hunt that guy down and get our stuff back. Wait, did I get my money back too? I don't remember. I was just super excited about the Impaler. But, yeah, wait. Oh, the ancient rusty weapon is a ceremonial weapon, right? Ancient rusty weapon? Nope, I think more like the Tetanator. You know, like tetanus? I don't know. Ah, good grief. Jeez, alright, so in any case, what was it, after Sovix, we had, oh right, Sovix actually went on to make a few more children. Whoa! A genius princess, you say? Really? With your sister, I mean, with your wife, who is not related to you in any way whatsoever. Good job. Any inbred children? Just asking because no reason. It's not like you two are related. No inbred children. Fantastic. But yeah, I think one of the strategies that I wanted to try out but never actually got around to doing because we started it pretty late is landing members of your own dynasty in places, letting them get married, and then just letting them go apeshit and making their own cadet branch. Well, not cadet branch because they need to be of the same dynasty, but essentially just letting them go apeshit all over their lovers and wives, etc., and husbands, and making babies, and then bringing those dudes in, dudes of the adult dudes in, back into your court, so that you can artificially jack up your trade post limit, and then once you got those trade posts being built, just kicking them out right back again. So that is a strategy that I wanted to try, but sadly never got to put into practice. At least not to the degree that I wanted. I mean, considering that we never invited a single dude over, I guess, yeah, it's not even practice. Oof, that is unfortunate, very unfortunate. But if I wanted to take him on as a... Right, because I'm your liege, you will not say no. I don't think that's the case with everything, right? I'm pretty sure if they hate me enough, they'll say no. Or do they not? Because Sovix isn't my biggest fan, and neither's... Aaron? Wait. Oh, right. This was the guy that I installed into Fustat, and then he had a child who turned out to be, well, more or less hot garbage. Who then went on to make hot garbage children. Gotcha. Alright, I understand now. And what were we doing? Right, this stuff. So after Avalon, who turned out to be fairly mediocre, though I guess... Yeah, I mean, I consider any character with all their stats above 10 to be fairly decent. Because it's not often that you see that, but anyone with below sub 20 for their primary stat, not a great choice for a ruler in my eyes, but... I mean, with certain educations, I know for a fact that you can upgrade the martial education, and I think you can do the same with the intrigue education, which then of course should mean that you can upgrade any education at all. I'm sure Avalon could have, turned out to be a lot better and signed with Simus, I guess. Yeah. Passive facts, I'm not sure. His base intrigue is fairly low, and his diplomacy... I mean, the traits and whatnot, we can try to, mold them in certain ways, but there's only so much that we can do. In any case, we had our genius daughter that we legitimized, that we should have legitimized sooner, had I thought about the whole plan to incorporate the Solomonid bloodline into our own dynasty. Had I thought about the strategy before, I definitely would have legitimized all my, well, most of my genius daughters, and then had them marry the Solomonid kids, but didn't quite work out. And also, we could have sent them off to China as concubines and whatnot too, to get some more grace. But I'm actually glad that we never needed to cash in any of our grace for the invasion request with China, because I think I've had instances in which this went nowhere. For whatever reason, the AI just didn't understand how to invade a certain realm, and it wasn't even like a coastal or like an island realm either. They just couldn't get there properly without taking, wait. I don't know if the invasion troops take attrition. I know with certain troops with China, they definitely don't take attrition. Like if you invade China, they definitely don't take attrition, but I don't know if the troops that they send to do the invasion thing also count in that protection. I forget, but I remember that was a giant mess. I forget if that was recorded, or if that was a series, or if I just did that on my own time. I don't remember. In any case, Niawella, unfortunately, still without child. Her fertility's fairly decent, and so is Bloodbog's, so I don't know why they're not making babies. You guys have been married for how long now? I don't quite remember. But I guess I could plow her myself, my own half-sister, and then get her pregnant. But what with this guy being paranoid, he'll most likely figure out that the child is not his. If his intrigue was... I mean, his intrigue's not high, so it's definitely possible. But if you want to do that kind of thing where you shtup the wife or husband of someone that you don't want to be caught by, as in you want to... if you're in my situation here, where your sister or brother is not making a child with someone that has the bloodline, etc., etc., if they're trusting, if the spouse is trusting, you can plow their spouse, and they'll most likely just acknowledge the child, the bastard child, as their own, because they're trusting and whatnot. But that is certainly a way to get this bloodline flowing, because it doesn't matter if they're actually related to the person, it's just the perception. That's all it is, essentially. But in any case, yeah, no children yet, so I suppose we could have banged her. And after Mediocre was Matrix, who, like I said before, didn't turn out quite as well as I'd liked, as I would have liked, but that's fine. Without a strong guiding hand of Shy Hawk, because I think Shy Hawk died before Matrix came of age. Wasn't really much hope in that regard, I guess. Yeah, never trust the AI to educate your children properly. I don't know what it is the AI does. It just, I feel like it takes dice rolls and just fucking goes one direction or another. Never making like logical or smart choices. It's just, oh, my RNG determines that we should take this option and not this one because, oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. It just seems to be that way. And of course, we ended things off with Grand Prince Mediocre the Architect. I don't know if he's the most accomplished, but I guess just in terms of bloodline, yeah. But that being said, everything was set up for him, so I don't know if Mediocre can really take all the credit. One thing I never got to try is imprisoning members of my own dynasty and then banishing them so that we can take their money. We could try that with Richie. Hasn't had any children. His health isn't great. He's got syphilis. And we do have a 100% chance of imprisoning him. My guess is that it's not going to work. And I'm not going to do this just in case we want to come back to this world. Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll test it out on another off-camera playthrough or something. Or not really playthrough, but like a test session or something. We'll see. So Mediocre, while he did end up accomplishing a fair bit in his short rule, he started ruling at, I think, what, 19? Was that when he started ruling? Wait, how old was he? So that was 10 years ago, so yeah, basically 18 years old. Wow, almost perfect age to start ruling over. Of course, the perfect age is 16. Basically, your birthday is when you want to start ruling, so that you can rule for as long as you can, and then get the long reign bonus and all that such, so that your people love you. Of course, the long reign bonus is helped by the Majesty technology. Yeah, I forget how long the short reign thing goes on for. I should look that up. But yeah, we had a lot of heresy issues initially starting out because our moral authority was so low. But we ended up converting, wow, most of Yemen. Interesting. Almost all of Yemen, actually. The only one that's missing is Aden, or sorry, Zabid. Aden is this place, right, okay. And we also converted all of Berbera, not so much Afar. We'll go through the religion map mode later on for sure, so don't worry about that. We'll do a grand tour or final tour around the world, etc., etc. But yeah, getting Jerusalem converted, I think was like the most butt-clenchingly, not butt-clenching, but also annoying thing ever. Because I wanted this thing to happen before the end of the campaign, but what with it being all based on RNG, like I said before, very real possibility that it never could have happened. Because we never actually ended up converting Socotra itself to Ethiopian, did we? No. I know cultural conversion takes a lot longer, and I think that could have helped if we had sent the steward to administer the realm? No, I think actually it would have been much easier had we been tribal and we set the option to settle tribe. I think that could have actually encouraged the culture to change over. But yeah, I do wish that was a little bit easier. And I also wish that the Jewish religion had the monastic order society, like the Christian, societies? Yeah, it would be cool if all the religions had that. But alas, it's mostly only for the Christian orders or societies, I think. Because I know the Orthodox get them, I think. We certainly had them available to us while we were Miaphysite or Monophysite. And I know... Actually, I'm not sure if the Catholic heresies get the monastic orders. I think so. I remember playing as Fraticelli in our Crusader Kings campaign. And we did get at least one of them, I think. Yeah. Also really strange how Busaso and Tajura... Or wait, was it Busaso and Tajura? It was something. What was it? Because we don't own the Horn of Africa. It was Busaso and... Oh, Dhofar. Yeah, Busaso and Dhofar that eluded capture from us while assassinating or removing certain families and whatnot. Also, I mean, obviously the assassins are definitely OP for any playthrough, but especially so for the Merchant Republics, because you get to kill these guys off so easily. That being said, they're fairly easy to plot against to begin with. So, being part of the Assassin's Guild just makes it that much easier. And also, the fact that we get to basically destabilize a realm by just continuously killing our rulers, very fun and quite overpowered. But, you know, still, pretty fun stuff. You just need to learn to curtail your enthusiasm with that, so it doesn't get too cheesy. Which we did not do in our campaign, of course. No, I exploited the hell out of those angry, sweaty assassin dudes. To our benefit, we kinda need... Wait, hold the fucking phone. What happened to our trade post in Alexandria? Oh, the raiders came and burnt it down. Ah, shit biscuits. Can be reached by sea. Is Alexandria not coastal? How is it not reached by sea? I don't understand. Is there like a very thin 1 pixel line county next to Alexandria? This isn't actually the lighthouse of Alexandria. It's the lighthouse betwixt the county of Alexandria and the lighthouse formerly known as the Lighthouse of Alexandria. I don't know. It's a very mouthful thing that I'm trying to say, apparently. So you get the gist. Not sure why that's considered not next to a sea tile, but weird, very weird. Also very cool that as a Merchant Republic that we get to hold on to trade posts, even though we've given away the county and the duchies and whatnot. Something to keep in mind for, well, I don't know if we'll actually have another Merchant Republic playthrough before CK3 gets released, but something to keep in mind for sure in case you're ever curious about playing as a Merchant Republic. Because in feudal societies or feudal realms, if you give away the county, you definitely give away the trade post. Though there is a trick to keeping that stuff if you're not aware. What you do is you need to be below the trade post limit, essentially. And what you do is you start building the trade post, and then you give the county away. And then when it gets built, it'll actually be yours and not the person holding onto the county. But of course, some jackass will come and burn it down for whatever reason, be it raiding or war, etc., etc. And then that'll just go away. Happens every fucking time. So annoying. But, anyways, back to the campaign and whatnot. I don't know if we really need to go through the Children of Mediocre because, I mean, we've had relatively few, and they're all really young anyways, so it's not like they had much of a chance to develop their personalities and whatnot. But yeah, being a Merchant Republic, I feel like would actually make the acquisition of bloodlines a little easier. So what I could have done is, if we had better rulers, etc., etc., is we could have gotten a bloodline as, say for example, Mekonnen Wait, no, that wouldn't have worked because Mikonan starts the entire thing. But essentially, we could have, if we had gone with Semer as our ruler, then we could have gotten a bloodline as forged a bloodline as Semer, and then next next heir would be his brother or something like that, and then his brother wouldn't have the bloodline, so then you'd have the brother take the ambition to forge a bloodline, which would then increase the prestige requirement to 10,000, I think, or whatever. And then they have their children, and then you merge the two children somewhere down the line, and then you should be able to end up with 2 forged bloodlines, if not more. We could have done that, but I figured at the pace that we were going at and whatnot, we most likely would not see many rulers happen. Yeah, I think. Because I was pretty sure that we would end things with mediocre at the pace that we were going. Because we essentially accomplished everything we set out for, really. Yeah. We are currently dominating trade in the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean. I don't think there's a single sea tile that isn't ruled by someone of our realm, except for the Western Persian Gulf and also the Strait of Hormuz. Right, I guess places where the trade post is owned by the Abbasid dudes. Right, okay. Alright, so Gulf of Oman. What's the competition here? So this is still what? Yeah, that's still Socotra. It's just these two that we don't own. Wow. I guess we don't dominate trade in the Arabian Sea. That's unfortunate. I mean, this guy's my bitch, so... And the Abbasids are as well, so essentially, by proxy, I own the, all the trade in the Arabian Sea. At the very least, we actually own everything in India here. Yeah, pretty cool that we can do this stuff. And our trade zone income is 1.5 thousand. Yeah, this is pretty fucking awesome. Ruling the trade zones by a lot. Oh, man. That is pretty awesome. And also the fact that we got to do wars for city holdings and whatnot definitely came in clutch. Because with that tactic, we were able to keep our angry, sweaty assassin dudes. If you're ever curious why I keep saying the assassins are angry and sweaty, I mean, I think the angry part's kind of easy to get because, you know, they're assassins. I would assume that there's some pent-up rage in there as they stab a bitch, right? But sweaty's just a funny insult. It's like, you can't really do anything about it if you're sweaty. I mean, you can take off some clothes and try to be a little less sweaty or take a shower, depending on the situation, but it's one of those insults that are like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? It's my genetics. I mean, I'm sweaty because my dad was sweaty or my mother was sweaty, and they were sweaty before them, etc., etc. It's just a long line of sweatiness just being passed down the generations. It's just a funny insult that you can't really do anything about. I don't know. I mean, I guess there are funnier insults, but still. Don't go around calling your friends sweaty unless if they don't like it, alright? Just don't be an asshole, but, I don't know, just funny to me in any case. But I think that's about it for our dynasty and what we accomplished. Sad that we never got to see our great work finished, but I blame it on my terrible memory. And also the fact that we were, for the most part, while being a merchant republic, we're not really flush with the cash. No, it wasn't until we got the trade contract with China that our economy kind of exploded. Of course, I could blame that on our angry, sweaty assassin dudes, but, you know, they're angry and sweaty. What do you expect from them? Not only do they just rip up their money, but they also can't hold on to it because they're all sweaty and shit. Like, they have sweaty palms? I don't know. With people with sweaty palms, do things like often like slip out of your palms? Is that a thing that happens? I don't know if you want to out yourself as a sweaty person, but in case you're confident in your sweatiness and whatnot, do let me know if things often slip out of your fingers because your hands are sweaty. In any case, since we're done with our... I don't know if there's anything else that you want me to talk about in terms of our realm. We've basically gone through our dynasty, and because we haven't had many rulers, we didn't really need to spend too much time with our family here. And if you're ever curious why I'm ending things and not dragging this on for many episodes, it's because I've decided to take some feedback to heart in terms of the length of our campaigns. I've decided to not, you know, once there's not enough of a challenge, or once we've gotten all the achievements that we set out to accomplish, I'm just going to move on to a next campaign. Because, I mean, what fun is there in watching a man just completely steamroll through these realms, right? Because essentially, if I wanted to, I could have actually taken the entire Indian coast, but that would have just taken a long time because we need to constantly assassinate dudes and whatnot, and then eventually just make our way across. Because some of these places only have like one coastal thing as part of the duchy. Like, for example, Cholanadu. It's not like doing a holy war for Cholanadu would get us multiple things. It would, but it will only give us one coastal county. Things like that. And same with Udaygiri. Like, we could have done a holy war for this, but it would only give us one coastal territory. And then this one would have given us several, so... yeah, it just would have been a tremendous... I think a tremendous waste of my time, but oh well. That's fine. I don't really care, honestly. We've accomplished everything we wanted to, including the creation of Israel and also... oh. And the third temple and whatnot. Perfect timing, though, with how it ended. Yeah, if only we could have gotten this guy assassinated, then we wouldn't have had to sacrifice our prestige, but oh well. Okay, so let's do a tour around the world. Now that I'm done jibber-jabbering, etc., etc. So the Abbasids are currently... yeah, they have a bigger realm size than I do, so I'm not sure if that's going to actually affect things in terms of our tributary state stuff. Because they can declare independence. I think... wait. Is it that we can't make them a tributary state to begin with if they have a bigger realm size? Or is it also that they can break away and become independent if they do have a bigger realm size than us? I forget which it is. I thought it seemed... I always thought it was both. Is there anyone that I can check this on? Right, so establish tributary state. Will only break free if the suzerain has negative prestige, is not independent, has less realm size than the tributary state, or declines a defensive call to arms from the tributary state. Wait, but then... I know for a fact that, yeah, so these guys are owned by the Tibetans, right? That's your suzerain, and they themselves have a suzerain. So, oh, no, wait. Are they considered independent? I forget. I know you can make a tribute, without being independent, right? Yes. Will only break free upon the death of the suzerain. Right. So I think having a suzerain does not mean that you're not independent. I think it's when you're a vassal to someone else, you can't establish tributary states, but you can still extort tribute. So wait. What is your relationship with these guys? Suzerain. 19% of their income and 15% of their reinforcements to the suzerain. Cannot refuse calls to wars. Is that a tributary state or tribute? I think that's a tributary state, right? Because, let's see. 19%. Yeah, same thing. So it's a tributary state. Gotcha. Oh, it says right there, tributary state. Oops, my bad. So you would be... okay, tributary state, not just tribute. Gotcha. So I guess the fact that you have a suzerain does mean that you're not independent. Understood. Unless somehow that hasn't taken effect, which I kind of doubt. And also, why are you not showing the name of Tibet there? I guess it's because Tibet themselves are also the bitches of China. Right. I think that's the case. I could be wrong. Anyways. So the Abbasids, let's see. Not much to say. Yeah, we basically just cut a bloody swath through their territory and just cleft them in twain. Which was, a means to an end, by the way. We never actually targeted the Abbasids to lower their moral authority or anything like that. It was just they had the territory that we wanted, essentially. So, which was the only reason why they got cleft in twain, or Abbasids. That, and also the fact that they were a constant threat to us, I guess would also have been a reason for us to cleft them in twain. Yeah, but in any case, I don't know if there is much to say about the Abbasids. They did make a resurgence, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, I like that whole saga where the Abbasids were replaced by the Kinda, and then replaced back. That was pretty cool. And I think I may have caused that instability with the constant assassinations. I don't even remember... Did this guy... So I think I actually did some investigating with this guy. I think his mother... Yeah, his mother was an Abbasid. He himself, obviously not an Abbasid because he got his father's dynasty with the crazy decadence. But yeah, I think he inherited his, what's it? Weak claim for the empire of the Arabian Empire through his mother. Yeah. And that's how he got installed, because I don't think you can just install anyone into the throne, unless I'm mistaken. I don't really use those options, so I guess I don't really know it that well. In any case, unfortunately, the Abbasids did eventually take over the former Africa, which was a bit of a blessing and also a curse, because it was a blessing because then we didn't need to do two separate wars, holy wars for the Duchy of Kyrenaica or Barca or Benghazi or whatever. But it meant that, you know, the Abbasids would continuously hold on to the Empire of Arabia, even if we had taken everything in the, what's it, eastern part of their realm. Or I guess this is the central part of the realm, considering that eastern part is this, that'd be the western part, and that would be the central part. Right, yeah. So even if we had taken Syria and left them with nothing else, they still would be able to hold on to their Arabian Empire title because of the kingdoms of Africa and Maghreb. If only that hadn't happened. But I guess that wouldn't delayed our conquest of Egypt too. Oh well, it's fine, because it would have been in a different realm, so I don't think it would have been that bad. In any case, in Africa... Oh, no! Mali, why? Aw, man, really? Wait, you've been able to Holy shit. I guess the Sunnism has been around for a while, considering that they've managed to convert all of their stuff, unless... No. No. It's not like the Horse Lords, where you just basically slaughter everyone and then declare the your religion to be the dominant religion. No. They actually need to convert these places, I think. Interesting. Because this guy's Sunni, yet his territory is African. Yeah. Sad to see the African religion ever take flight again, but it never does. I don't think they really have much of a chance to survive and make their time, so it's a shame, but oh well. But yeah, it seems like Sunnism is now fully entrenched in Western and Central Africa. Well, more Western Africa than Central Africa, because these guys are still African. It's a nice color there, House of Land. Maybe future campaign. We'll see. We'll see how the voting in the polls go. So that is Africa. Religion map mode in case anyone is curious. I'm noticing the Yazidi heresy here and there, which is actually pretty cool. What's the moral authority for? 65%. Higher than I expected, not gonna lie. I was fully expecting it to be somewhere in the negatives, but oh well. Wait, so the Sunnis still have... Right, they have the one holy site, I think, because we took Medina and Mecca, so that's 2. We took Jerusalem, 3. Baghdad is 4. And then there's this. So they only have the one holy site left. Wow. Sucks to be them. Damn. And of course the Shia only have the one, I think. Yeah, I think these Shia realms become more commonplace later on, as in the later campaigns, the timelines rather. But yeah. Alright, so cultural map mode in case anyone is curious. Obviously mostly a Berber. and some Bedouin. Hausa is a what? Oh, Central African culture. And I also would have been down to try out the Daju culture. I think this is one of the only cultures in Africa, not counting the Berber culture, that can do raiding and stuff, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And they're also Eastern African. But wouldn't have been an Ethiopian playthrough had we converted to a Daju. Unless it actually is. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not Daju, nor Eastern African, so I have no fucking idea. In any case, so that's Africa. Here in the Iberian Peninsula, the Umayyads are still dominant, though they seem to be engaged in a fierce bickering with each other, so... Yeah, the Umayyads basically just kind of tore up Europe, I think. I don't know if they really made much more advancements, though they seem to have taken Genoa, so it seems that they've taken slow and steady progresses into Europe since I last checked. But yeah, their domination of southern France and whatnot, I think, kind of played havoc with the Catholic moral authority. Yeah, it's 69%. Nice, but I think that... I don't know if that would have been enough for a shit ton of, heresies. A little bit. I mean, we're seeing Lollard stuff, but I don't know if that's because of the Umayyads or because of the low Catholic moral authority. I know for a little while, certain Irish realms were Cathar, but I think a lot of them are kind of have that tendency, so it's not that surprising. Right, the blood of Nile of the 9 hostages. Don't think I ever got that bloodline in any of my playthroughs, though I could be wrong. Wow. Interesting to see the Abbasids get into Sardinia here. And also interesting to see Corsica actually being formed and whatnot by the AI. Very cool. Ah, man. Really wish the Merovingi dynasty could have stayed in power here. That was so cool. How they conquered this place as a claimant and then eventually got kicked out, but yeah, still really cool to see that happening. Well, with this guy's father being a monk and being kicked out of his control, etc., etc. Would have been nice, but oh well. That's fine. I can't believe Burgundy's still around. You only have the one county and this. Wow, really? Hanging in there. Good job, man. Good job. And the Duchy of Ivrea is fucking independent. Italy, get your shit together, man. Good grief, the Duchy is stronger than you are. Numbnuts? So is Friuli, I imagine. Wait, what? Norse? Oh, I think it's the Varangian Guard? No, he settled a raider, I think. Oh, that's what happened. He must have settled a raider. Conquered as an adventurer, that's why. Gotcha. So you just took him on as a vassal then. Alright, well, cool. Good job for you, Friuli. And a little bit of Austrasia now in Italy. Cool. What a fucking mess. I mean, I guess Italy's never really clean when you let the AI just go ham at it, but what? Norway? What's Norway doing in Italy? That's hilarious. Very hilarious. Wow. Very cool. At least the Germanic religion was reformed. A lot of Viking queens here. Awesome. Denmark, you too? No, sadly not Denmark. Oh well. So I guess, was it Denmark that that did the whole reforming of the faith? Was he the first Falk here? Let me take a look at the current Falk here, and we can look at the history of the Falkirian crown. Right. So it was Saxony then. Saxony reformed their Germanic faith. Really? He's not historical, so... Right, and considering that he died around that time, yeah, that would have been him, for sure. Wow. Okay. Very cool. But the same dynasty. So, Chief of Saxony, and then it became Frederick the Wise. Right. And how did it progress from there? Back to this guy. Oh, he became a joint Grand Chief of both Denmark and Saxony. I see. And then Saxony broke off, I think. So what exactly happened with Saxony here? Elected, conquered as a claimant. Conquer, Odo. Elected, elected, elected. So it's an elective monarchy? Elective Gavelkind. Okay, so he's not elective monarchy, but elective Gavelkind. Also noticing a lot of werewolves in this campaign. I don't know if that's a thing. But pretty funny to see. In any case, I don't know if there's much else that you want me to explore in Europe here. Whoa, a Slavic Bavaria. Wow, interesting. It seems like the Slavic faith is doing decently, though not as decently as Tengrism, which I still maintain they could have actually reformed. Though, no, Khazaria only has the... Oh no, they do have two holy sites, so if they could maybe take one from their tributary state here, they certainly could have reformed it, for sure. Would have been nice to see, but oh well. And then would have been nice to also see the two reformed pagan religions duke it out for ultimate dominance, but no such luck. That's fine. Any other interesting things here? Maybe we'll check the Dynasty map mode just in case. I don't know if there's anything that really sticks out. No. The Nibelungen and the Etichonen, or whatever the hell they are. Right. The Pope is just a boring old Italian Pope, as it usually is, because they favor the, at least the Catholic religion favors the Italian culture. But, yeah. And in the British Isles, seems like Scotland's doing fairly well. Everything else is, well, I mean, if you just go by unification, then yeah, Scotland is doing much better than the other places. Though it seems like Northumbria's got more troops, as does Essex. Wessex? Cornwall? What a fucking mess. Holy shit, I don't think I've ever seen the British Isles this messy before. Wow. Absolutely terrible. Piss poor performance. Or really good performance on Scotland's part. Good job to you guys. So let's look at the religion map mode. Obviously, Sunnism dominating in... Well, I wouldn't say dominating, but slowly taking things over in the Iberian Peninsula. About 50-50, interestingly enough. If you count the Catholic heresies as all being part of one thing. Which I am in this case. And of course, Europe is still largely Catholic. I don't know if there's anything too bizarre. I guess with the Byzantines, the iconoclasm kind of can go one way or another. It usually just stays or goes away. I guess that's any outcome, really. That's like saying you may die or you may not at the age of something. I don't know. But yeah, I think usually they go Orthodox, because I think as an iconoclast, you get the option to, you get the decision to abandon your iconoclasm and just switch to the regular Orthodoxy, though I could be mistaken. But yeah, so religion map mode again, in case you're curious. Ultra map mode, still pretty much the same stuff, as usual. Visigothic. Very weird that we're not seeing these guys become Bedouin. Why is that? I mean, a little bit here and a little bit there, but that's really about it. Wow. Very weird. Huh. Okay, well, cool. I don't know if certain cultures convert faster than others or what have you, but yeah. Okay, cultural map mode here. And this is Saxony, right? Which is Saxon and also Germanic. A little bit of Sunnism in Norway, it seems, but... Oh, sorry. Really sorry about that. But we kind of knew about the legacy of the weird one Sunni Norse dude who had Sunni children who became Sunni rulers. Would have been interesting to see that flourish, but yeah, I kind of glad the pagan religions didn't suffer too much in that regard. Alright, religion map mode in Eastern Europe. Lots of Slavic. Romuva still around, interestingly enough. Yeah. Oh, good job, guys. Good job. I do have a bit of a soft spot for the Romuvans because, you know, that was our first campaign in Holy Fury. Su-Minusko still fairly prevalent in, well, yeah, in Finland as well as this area here. Nothing too crazy interesting. Usually, this is how things end up anyways. And of course, Khazaria, which was a lot bigger actually. I seem to recall them being all the way over here at some point or another. I guess these guys kind of broke off by themselves? No, because there's Magyar here, who are Tengri, so I guess they kind of did become independent. Though, not by that much. Alright, so a little bit of this. Serbia is Catholic, as is Croatia. Bulgaria is Tengri still. Gotcha. And cultural map mode for Eastern Europe. A lot of Polish, some Bohemian, some Slovene. Nothing too crazy going on here, I don't think. No, besides the Khazarianism that's kind of finding its way into Finland, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And then, of course, there's the steppes. Yolade! Which is, of course, their brand of fermented mare's milk yogurt. Actually, that's a thing. I'm pretty sure they drink fermented mare's milk as an alcoholic beverage. Arag. That's what it is. A mild alcoholic beverage derived from mare's milk. But this Yolade is, of course, fermented alcoholic yogurt. Man, can you imagine? Alcoholic yogurt? That would be incredible. Alright, nobody steal my idea, alright? I'm gonna fucking trade or license this. Alcoholic yogurt. Obviously never done before. And most likely we will end up being disgusting, but still. I mean, if you're gonna get drunk off yogurt, you might as well go through the suffering of vomiting and diarrhea and all that shit too, right? Yeah. But not much interesting stuff happening in the steppes, because usually it's just barren and full of horses. Culture, just in case you're curious. And there's the Western Protectorate, still doing Western Protectorate things. And Tibet, still largely Buddhist, with a little bit of Bun here and there. It's a shame that we don't see the Bun religion flourish under AI control. But I guess the Tibetans more or less start out Buddhist, don't they? Or do they not? I know there's some back and forth between the Bun historically. But yeah, I guess still largely Buddhist. Would be cool to see that happen. Because... oh... I thought they were more holy sites of the Bun faith in this area. Oh wait, no, this is Buddhist. Is anyone Bun? I don't think anyone is Bun. So we can't really see, can we? Because that's all... even though I'm clicking on the Zoroastrian, that's all the Sunni holy sites. Yeah, it takes the, shows the dominant religion's, what's it, thingamajig. Not the religion of the place that you clicked on. Cool to see Zoroastrianism still alive and kicking, though. Same with Zunism. Or Zunism, rather. If we really wanted to, we could actually have become Zoroastrian or Zunist by taking these places over, moving our capital there, and then, what's it, taking on the local religion. And there's actually a Jain realm in India. Interesting. But, yeah, not much change in the Indian realms here, either. Alright, well, I guess that's going to be it for our tour around the world and the post-mortem for this campaign. I don't know if there's much else to say. It was pretty cool. Though, I guess it was kind of my fault that things didn't really end up being all that different from our feudal playthroughs. A lot of wars and whatnot, but again, my justification is that the Abbasids were giving us the stink eye. What's interesting is that I don't think they ever actually declared war on us, did they? I seem to recall maybe one war being declared on me, not the host invasion garbage that happened with Kanem, but I seem to recall like maybe one war being forced upon us and nothing else. I wonder why. I mean, I guess we were putting a lot of pressure on the Abbasids, but interesting that it worked out that way. I thought we were going to be constantly under attack by the Abbasids, but no, it was the other way around. But yeah, I do apologize that it didn't end up being that different from our feudal playthrough. I don't know if it's meant to, really. And honestly, if I had played as a good Merchant Republic and stayed at peace the entire time, what kind of playthrough would that have been? Me just staring at the screen going, yeah, I mean, I guess we're making more money still. Yeah, definitely, it looks good, yeah. And then, I mean, I would have done more of my shitty commentary, which I guess isn't really all that different. So, would have been a very boring playthrough otherwise, I think. I don't know. I had fun. And I certainly had a lot of fun once we started making a fuck ton of money. How much money are we losing to family dues? 6,000 a year. Those fucking bastards just sitting on their heinies not doing anything. They don't actually even manage those trade posts. We have more trade posts than we do dudes. So I don't know why they're getting any of my money here. It's not like they're managing multiple trade posts, are they? No, they're doing nothing. They're just staying home and plowing. Unlike me, who is definitely not going through a rotation of women to a plow. Nope, definitely not. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for our Merchant of Socotra campaign, which, if you hadn't figured it out already, was a reference to the hit play by Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice. But I'm sure that would have been obvious to most people, I'd say. But that's going to be it for our post-mortem. I apologize if I had missed anything. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to find out about, and I'll dig into this save file and, or not really save file, but I'll load this thing up and investigate if there's anything that I missed. So yeah, do let me know in the comments if you have any questions, comments, etc., etc. And as this is technically the last episode of the series, I just want to say, if you like the campaign and you like the post-mortem, my not really analysis, do leave me a like. I would greatly appreciate that. Or leave a comment, or if you're not already, be sure to subscribe. And if you want, but you obviously don't have to, you can support me financially by joining me as a patron on Patreon, or joining the channel as a member, or by subscribing to me on Twitch. Any one of those is, you know, I'd be more than grateful for. But again, don't ever feel pressured to do that if you aren't in the situation to do so, or you just don't want to. That's totally fine with me too. Alright, so that's going to be for our... That's going to be the neat little bow on our Merchant of Socotra campaign. Thank you so much for following through, or even if you hadn't and you just popped in every now and then to check on the progress, I do appreciate you spending even a minute of your busy day to chill out with me. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys for future stuff too. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have an amazing breakfast.